Alright, welcome back everyone. Here we are through 10 days worth of building now. Wouldn't expect it to take this long, but I'm also not surprised. It's sort of fairly intricate model. Looking really good. I say they're doing like I was talking yesterday, they did a really good job of getting these sails having just enough firmness where they get that illusion of being popped out. Should be on the home stretch now. We got 2 more lines of rigging to run, and after that we're going to be, there's a couple of little things to put on the sides, but we're really, I don't know how long. I thought last night was going to be a quick one, so I don't want to even guess if this is going to be a quick one or not. And somehow I forgot I had my little doodad fidget spinner ship dealio they made us. Sort of just saw that this afternoon. I said, whoops, forgot I even had that. I hadn't been playing with it in a little bit. But without any further ado, let's jump on into this thing. If you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures, how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just try and have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems, we're just building silly little models and having some fun. If you see any kits, or builds, or sets you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on to my list, and I've got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best options. So, we are ready for page 34. So, and trying to see, okay. It says we start where the last one ended, but we do it. First thing we do, I'm going to actually trim off the excess here. And this is one of the things. Yeah, I guess I'm going to trim off the excess of this one. May leave just a little bit of a lead here. Let's set it on the cake. Okay. And, and it feels like it's going to be stayed in there pretty good. I see the string's fairly tight. I did pull my anchor out back here, I just noticed. Was I supposed to use that one or the first one? Hang on. Yeah, that's the one I'm supposed to use. Let's see if I can get this to go back in back here. Need, oh, you lined up. Wasn't planning on doing a repair. Okay, it is only too tight because it's popping it right back out again. So let's see. I can't get a little bit of Gorilla Glue, super glue on the bottom of these things to maybe anchor it down a little better. On our little shoulders here on the edge, maybe it'll seat it in. Get it in there quick enough. Like this. And there you came out. The way, I think. That's seated in first, then I'll worry about the line. Get a good 5 or 10 seconds here to get that glue seated, set, cured, or whatever they are. Yeah. Right. Now, which way did I wrap it? It goes around the back. Okay, so it goes. I think I can get this in without breaking anything. I'm lucky. Seems like the super glue is working. Just like here. Try the other way, see if it'll be more cooperative. I don't think there's any Okay, now let's just get that thing out. I got that in the way. It's gonna go. I've got faith in it. Or I'll break it one. Okay, there. Let's try now. Get it to... Alright, there it went. Okay. There we go. Anchored down in place and everything, so now we're cooking. And we can finally start on what I was supposed to start with. So the first thing to do is just tie a simple knot in here so we can get it seated here at the top where it's going to go. Take a quick peek where it's going. From here, going up to this one, around, going across the top, and down to the front, down back. Okay, there's a couple of, this one's loose too. Just notice that. Both sides aren't. Okay, that's where I broke those. This thing, I broke those teeth. This looks like they're supposed to be. Okay, does this have any? They're supposed to go. Okay. Before I even start on that, because I'm trying to say that's sort of irritatingly loose, but it's okay. But I don't think it's not coming out. It's got pegs on the side holding it in, so it's not coming out, but it is not fitting well. Oh, that's the part I glued that in. That's right. Well, those ends in, so it might have some glue on that too. So okay, we'll see how it goes when it gets there. Going. Goes down here and back and forth a couple of times, and it actually ends back here on the front. Okay, so starting back there, over the top, down, back up, back down. So that should be plenty here. It appears we're going to have plenty of rope to do this with. So we start back here, not underneath. Actually, I'm going to run my string through first. So I'm going to turn that corner right quick. Now I'll seat that knot underneath there, pull it snug. Okay, and then we're supposed to go underneath the platform here. It's got you can sort of see that little slot at the very top. That's where it's supposed to pass around through. Into there, snug, wrapped around, and then over to this one, which has same sort of setup underneath the top there. It looks like that sail's trying to escape. Maybe I just didn't paint that edge. And what? Around. Okay. And then 4. Okay, 4 looks complicated. Come in. Okay, so we're going in on that side, then across. Is there? Okay, there's a little slot there, but I think I've got it filled with glue. So I'll probably have to do a little. Yeah, okay, actually, hang on, my knitting didn't. That's the one I had trouble getting it to screw in. So I got a hole in the knitting, it looks like, so I might be able to just use that. If I'm lucky. It's clear. Grab somewhere. Got bought a new one here just the other day to clean out my glue nozzle. I'm sure it's somewhere here. Here's a piece of wire. That worked just as well. No. Needle. Anything. Toothpick. Oh, there's a toothpick. Okay, I got it. Yep. There we go. So, not the intended purpose, but I'm flexible. So I just, there, as I just use the resources I have available to me. Let's try to never look at this. And I think we're supposed to go around the other way. Now that I've done that, go around the front of our thing. So let's put that back, which should be alright. Shouldn't be that difficult. Just through the bigger hole there. Yeah. And take you back around. Other side. Okay. Is there? Trying to see. Okay, so it just goes. Let's run on this maybe. I just went around the front of that little mini mast. It says just bring it down into our slot right there. Okay. And then going back up to here, down, and back around. and hope I estimated right. So that's there. Yeah, we should be good. But do need a couple more triangle sails. Bigger one and a smaller one. Bigger one goes on first. So we're putting that one on now. And like so. Leave it through here. Those down there and up. Top. Take a look here. Okay. Well, that's okay. Go on, threading it through a little eyelet right there. So got it right next. Back. Going. Coming back down. Okay. What? There. Into our little slot here. And another slot on the next level down. We're already running one through. Ooh, it's gonna be close. Yep. I'm gonna have to. Okay. Go back here. And cut here. Grab that extra piece I had from last night and bring them together, I hope. Just like here. Okay. Get them to cooperate. Oh. Got away from it before I got my second knot in. What on I just. Oh. Come here, you. Slipping on me. Okay, maybe that wasn't a good idea. Okay. That's thick stuff, so we should be able to do like this anyway. Okay, there we go. And tie the ends in a knot and we should be good and secure. Okay. Perfect. Maybe not perfect, but fixed. Okay, now. Not there. Give me. Okay, there it goes. Okay. There. Underneath. Down and underneath. Whoop. There. In between our netting and our mast. And then, last little sail. Weave through here. Got down to the last minute. I can't. There it goes. Last hole was issued. Okay. And we just go underneath and pull the final slot down here on the bottom. It goes backwards into there. And we got nice tension on stud. Let's get a little bit more there. Get it. All right. And nice. Trim here. I'm gonna leave a little slack. Trim here, a little slack there, just because. And I'm definitely gonna hang on to that string. That's that's a good quality stuff, I think. Got our sails in place. Oh, guess I need to number back out. But there we go. Like I say, that's most of our rigging in place. There's one more batch to do on the next page. I barely looked at it. It looks like it's just okay. We're going up and down on our main sail, our main masts here. It's supposed to be. What's that? Okay, so it goes in. Okay, so we're supposed to actually pull our netting out and run the rope over this last notch here. Get in here, see if it'll focus on the right place. And it goes behind the netting up into our this one, Then back here it's got its own dedicated. Oh, this one back here is strictly for that one on the middle. Okay, yep. So just 2 more runs. It looks like just a loop up and down and up and down. Yep. Okay, so where did I put my? There it is. And this one, it should be able to just run it straight off the spool. So I don't think I've even got to cut early because it looks like it gets anchored. Okay, up here in this little slot. There's a slot there, I promise. There it is. Just both sides go in there, and that's the beginning and end of it. Yeah, start off there, and we go over this little hook there, then back up to the slot. Okay, alright. Let's do this thing. Like I said, I think I should be able to do this straight off the spool without any issues. Get it started. Trying to floss it in place. Okay, there it went. Say like so. Bring it down and put the netting off back here. And slide it behind, yeah, down on the back one. Loop it. Oh, let's do that. Pop you back in. Pull it tight. Nice. And let's see, we're going back up. Or, ooh, don't do that. Put our little hook on the top there. Yeah. I was going to try and do it there, but that's not going to cooperate with me with one hand. You snug. Back down this side. Thing over here. Had it and lost it. Had it and lost it. Got to keep a little tension on that, so I guess I'll take this one all the way off. Gripping it the wrong way, it looks like. Okay. Now, back in place to hold. Okay. And then back up to our top. So I'll cut it about there. Run you through that slot again. Thread it through. Floss it in. Uh-oh. Oh, it came off the top. Okay. Doesn't have a whole lot of surface area to grab up there, but okay, there it went. that. Those going there, sort of our guides to. All right, nice. Now, yeah, like I said, sort of the same thing back here on the main. Focus on it. It's trying. It's thinking about it. No dice. We're going to. Okay, looks like. Okay, yeah, same. So same slots and everything. Yep. So, just started. A little bit. It says go down to the back and up. And this one exposed, so a little bit easier to. And up and over. And our little hook there. Back, down to the back, right? Yep, down the back and back up to the front. Cut it out here. The tension on, it's the tricky bit. Pull them snug. All right, that one was much easier. Got that one. A little twisted, but I think as far as guidelines go, I think that'll be all right. Okay. Now, put our last few little bits and bobs on here. Take it out for this because it's going to be a little bit more. See these guys. Go here on our nettings on the bottom. And these guys come back here on those guidelines, guide wires, whatever you want to call them. Hold them in place. There they are. Sort of out of focus, but okay, just got them locking everything in place on those. Now, my last little bowl here. These guys and this netting. And that netting. And these guys. Rear netting here. Oops. Going too low. Actually, I think I missed a piece here. Yeah, a little excess. Didn't clean off good. It'll be behind. Okay. Our last little bit of railing here. Little guy. Here on the end. That big guy got a little bit of a detail on there through here. Not a lot of room to operate here on this one. Okay, get one in and the rest will follow suit. There they go. So even if we did have an LED in there, we still couldn't see that crew that we put in there. Okay, last one, little guy. What? And okay, there it went. Those will follow suit. Okay. And that's the official end of the instructions. It says if you want to, you can add more guidelines to your sails, but I'm not feeling that. So we got pretty good access to our little boat switch there for our cannons, but it is very much less access now that we got our all the sails in the way. It's gonna be, they do work still. And that is the end. All right. Yeah, I'm still very pleased with how this one came out. I sort of flubbed it up there on those guidelines, but I think, like I said last night, there was a link to a video to help you out with it, but I just sort of prefer to do it on my own, figure it out as I go along. I sort of enjoy that process more than anything. I think it's just sort of my way. I really like this one. Glad I finally got around to doing it. As I say, I was resistant just because of all those guidelines and sails and whatnot, but it wasn't that bad really when it's all said and done. I think they're sort of refining their techniques on how they do this. I really got no complaints about it. It went together reasonably well. Everything went like it was supposed to. Once I paid attention to what I was doing. Enjoy the result. I think it's a really good looking model when it's all said and done. Not quite black pearl. Maybe I can avoid all the having to tell people it's not the black pearl because Disney says it's not the black pearl. I have that issue on one of my other builds. But fun little build. Recommend it. It really turned out good. I think, I'll be honest, get you on the gold metallic marker and do those little accents like I did, because I think that really makes it pop. I think that's a good, having those extra couple of stripes on there really makes things look a whole lot better, I think. Your mileage may vary, but I think it's, so we got the gold trim on the sails and all the actual gold trim on our filigree and stuff. I think those extra couple of stripes and the little details I did everywhere else really makes a difference. I'm gonna just sing the praises of that. But like I said, finish that one up. Gonna do a little different tomorrow. I've done a couple of these before. The Corners of Happiness thing. I did the Moon Magic and the Yummy Candy. I've got the Coffee Times. What this one is. It's a little mini dollhouse thing. I think it's they're a little complicated, but they're not terribly so. I think I picked this one up on sale for like $12, so I could not buy it. But it's they're fun, but they're they're challenging with all the tiny pieces. I'm both looking forward to it and dreading it. So we'll jump in on that tomorrow. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share, do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another, stay safe, and click on a link. There's my channel up there if you'd like to subscribe. There's my other channel where I do experiments a couple times a month. Down here's what YouTube thinks you should be watching, and that is the playlist for this whole build. See you tomorrow.